Recently, this live stream was inspired by a few conversations I've been having with the ladies in my community. As you know, I work with single women who are tired of dating, frustrated with not being able to find the right kind of guy, and I take them on a little journey within so they learn to love and value themselves more. And as a result of this work, they stop making the same mistakes in love, they stop attracting the same kind of emotionally unavailable men, and start attracting quality guys to their lives and make better romantic choices and also attract true love. But in my community, I have mostly single women, but sometimes these women start to date, they meet amazing guys, they fall in love and they move on. So when I'm having my conversations, and last week I've had a few, some of the ladies are after a breakup because they have met an amazing guy, they fell for him just immediately. They had an amazing time over the last few weeks or few short months, and their relationship came to an end. And often they didn't expect it. Often they thought they already did enough work to see all the warning signs and be kind of have the clarity to end the relationship themselves if it is not working. And they're kind of disappointed, very sad. They beat themselves up for another failure in love. And they come to a conclusion, it will never work out. I always attract the same kind of guy. My relationships don't last for a long time. I end up being ghosted, or suddenly the relationship comes to an end. What didn't I see? What did I do wrong? They keep beating themselves up, as I mentioned, and they decide love is not for them, it's not gonna work, and it has been just another confirmation for them that it's not gonna happen. And I say it's the biggest BS you can believe in. Everything happens to you so you grow, so you evolve, you don't repeat the same mistakes in the future. So if you are a lady who has just recently been through such a breakup, listen to this live stream because I'll give you a few pointers how you can deal with something like that in the future. The first thing you need to do is be honest with yourself and ask yourself, how did I contribute to this experience? And it's not about blaming yourself and beating yourself up, but seeing the things you possibly ignored and you don't want to ignore them in the future. So, for example, were there any warning signs you chose to ignore because you were so excited about the potential of what was happening and growing between the two of you? You were so excited and you were so consumed by all these, pink feelings and emotions, and you ignored some very important warning signs which could have prevented you from falling in love with that person. So you have to be honest with yourself and look at the relationship and make a note of the things which you ignored, so when you notice them and recognize them in the future, you'll be much more careful and you take a step back instead of falling for the person. So another thing is, and it's slipped my mind now. It was important and I was already thinking about the next step. It will come back to me. I wanted to add that it's not about beating yourself up and blaming yourself and that it is all your fault that it failed and it didn't work out. There are plenty of men out there who are jerks. There will always be jerks. Men who don't have balls, who can't communicate, and you can't be blaming yourself. But as the relationship takes two people, there's always some room for improvement, and you always need to grow your own balls and protect yourself in the future, because the world is as it is. The men are as they are. We can't change the external world, but we can change our reactions and how we approach dating and relationships in the future. So it is all about learning from your past experiences so you empower yourself in the future and you don't make the same mistakes. So that is one thing you need to ask yourself. Then another thing is like, what would you do differently next time if you were in the similar situation? Perhaps you started everything too quickly and you didn't give it enough time to see the truth of the experience and you just fell for the fairy tale. Perhaps you idealized the guy and he was so amazing that you didn't see any of his imperfections and any of his flaws. And if you didn't, I can guarantee you that you didn't see the truth about the person. You fell for the potential, you didn't see the whole truth, because there's no guy out there who is absolutely perfect. Nobody is perfect. So what happens in the initial few months, we project a lot and we want to see what we want to find in the potential lover rather than see the truth. So perhaps next time you can take the things slowly and give the relationship some time before you actually jump fully into it. And you will be more careful, you will have more judgment, you have more clarity, so you will raise the chances of getting it right with another person rather than... I call this live stream How to Avoid Failing at Love, but I don't believe in failures. Everything is a lesson. So my message is, what was the lesson in your previous experience that can help you step up in the future and do things differently? So reevaluate how you contributed to it, what can you do differently next time. And the third question is, how can you step up? How can you step up in love and in dating to show up differently, to start attracting different guys? Especially if it has been a pattern and you constantly attract the wrong kind of guys who disappear on you, who don't give you what you want, who kind of look for something casual perhaps, where you are looking for a committed relationship. So what can you change internally to show up differently? Because when you show up differently, you'll be attracting different kind of guys. And to help you with the last point, I want to let you know about something. Next week, I'm going to open the door to my brand new course, From Self-Love to True Love, for the ladies who don't want to constantly keep getting it wrong in dating and want to attract a lasting relationship with an amazing guy, and they feel that they still need to do a little bit of the inner work to show up differently, to become more confident, to feel worthy of love, to feel lovable. Because all these things, if you don't feel that way, you'll be sabotaging your dating, you'll be attracting the wrong kind of guys, and you'll be repeating the same patterns. So if you feel like you could do with a little bit of help to step up in love and start showing up differently and start loving yourself and valuing yourself and respecting yourself more, so you get the same amount of love and the respect from the guys you are dating, PM me or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you once I have everything finalized, because I'm still kind of putting everything together. But it's going to be awesome. And it's something which completely changed my love life. And if you don't know my story, I dated for about 10 years. I was desperately looking for love because I didn't have much love for myself. And I hit the wall. I got completely exhausted with online dating and I took a break. I took a break to go within, to focus on myself, to reconnect with myself, to become stronger, to start to love myself more. And as a result of my work, I started to show up differently in dating. I started to be more selective. I started to enjoy dating. And then I met the love of my life very shortly after my dating detox. So what I'm going to be teaching in this course is exactly what I did and the steps I took to become the woman I needed to become to attract the love of my life. So if it speaks to you, please let me know and I'll send you all the details once everything is ready. And thank you very much for watching. Hello, Sharon. Thanks for watching. And I'll speak to you probably next week. Keep well, everybody.